Efata, welcome into my channel. My name is Erica. Happy new moon. This moon's energy is absolutely delicious. It's in Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. And so there's so much possibility for creation of love, creation of wealth. Taurus is an energy of I have. Hopefully you catch this video today or tomorrow. If you're seeing it later, then maybe you should put the notifications on for my channel so you'll be alerted when I upload moon videos, because I'm still working on trying to get them out in advance. This moon comes in at 25 degrees. So I made a money grid for us to work with. It has 25 stones in it. 2 and 5 is 7, so I put 70 knots in it. Give you a fantastic visual for your creation meditation. For a lot of people, these energies have been very difficult. We just had the massive shift of Pluto in retrograde. I won't regurgitate what that energy is. If you don't know what it is, it's a 5-month cycle. I made a video on it. I will link it in the comments section so that you can understand really what this time is about for you, specifically for your energy. So for some people, things have been very heavy. Chiron, the energy of the wounded healer, has been in Aries. And Aries is an energy that wants to fight when it's irritated, and Chiron comes in to unearth the things that are unhealed from our soul wound. That's its energy. It is about to shift into Taurus. So people who have their Chiron in Taurus, that's mid-1970s to I think 84. They're going to be going through a lot of lessons as Chiron moves into their energy. If you don't know what energy your Chiron is in, get a reading. It's very important to understand your blueprint. Your days become so much easier because you understand the energy that's at play. So if you have been having a tough time and old things are coming up, we had that full moon in Scorpio right into Pluto retrograde. So if things are coming up for you, please go watch the Pluto retrograde video. It will help you work through the current energies that are coming up for you. A lot of moons are about healing, releasing, doing the inner work. This is a moon for planting seeds. I'm going to give you some conscious creation techniques. This is a visual image for something you would like to create. The quickest way to create abundance in your world is to believe you can do it, period. Money is just energy flow. And that's something that Taurus energy has to learn throughout its lifetime. Taurus, when it's younger, its ego is addicted to the materialism. It wants to be valued for what it has. So in its younger years, it can be stingy, penny pinching, hard-headed. As it grows and evolves, it becomes the nurturer, the giver, the steady rock for the family that it builds. And you stay in the energy of wanting to be valued for what you have. That's an energy that is a lower frequency, and it is willing to manipulate, lie, steal, cheat, and try to get away with whatever it can get away with. It's an energy of something for nothing, which is very unhealthy in this matrix. When you have that energy, that's what you attract towards you. The something for nothing people, the people who are willing to manipulate you, try to get what they want out of you. Now for Tauruses, when they're younger, they think they're valued. It's not until they mature that they understand that they have so much more to give in love. They give from their heart, not from the ego of wanting to be valued for what they have. These are energies that we have the opportunity to take a look at within ourselves. We can see what house we have Taurus in. Everybody has a house in Taurus, and then we can see if we have any placements in Taurus as well. We can see how that plays out in our lives. People who have Taurus and Chiron, it's a soul wound of not being enough. And so it overworks itself until the energy matures and understands that I'm so much more just being the loving being that I am. I don't need people to see what I have. The Chiron and Taurus lesson is very much, if you show people your heart instead of your money, you attract much higher quality people. And so that's something all Taurus placements can learn, but that's, when it's in the soul wound in Chiron, it is a lifelong lesson until the person. On the grid, I made sure I put the fire horse crystal on there, that this abundance comes in this year. This is something that you are creating for yourself. To consciously create, specify what you will use the abundance on. Because now you're using your thoughts and your energy in the process of creation and giving the universe a blueprint, right? It's going into the moon. What people don't understand about the moon is that it's a portal to the ether. The ether is where your higher self exists, right? The grid of light in the sky, that's the ether. When that portal opens up, you have access to so much more power. You can very softly stare into the center of the grid, hold that image in your third eye, and begin your meditation of gratitude from there. Now, if you know your Jovian archive and you know where your power pockets are in your body, I will go through that with you now. If you don't, get a reading. It's important to know how to consciously create according to your energy pockets. Life becomes so much easier. For people who are manifestors, they have the power in the throat. As you sit in meditation, speak on what it is that you would like to create with this image, this visual of this abundance sitting in front of you. Something that will have purpose in your life in this immediate time. To go get a new car, and you want to buy a car cash, whatever it is, buying a car cash is the best feeling in the world. So, it's a high vibrational experience. So you want to sit with it and go, damn, what if I really could buy a car cash? And you sit in that vibration of excitement. That's the way to vibrationally attract in. What you put out comes back in. If you start thinking about buying a car cash and then you go, oh, no, that can never happen. That'll never happen. Then it's never going to happen, right? Conscious creation is belief, understanding what parts of your body vibrate out the power, learning how to move energy through those power pockets for your creation. This is science. This is quantum physics. This is quantum mechanics. I know a lot of people, they're just so entrenched in the 3D that they don't really understand that all is the mind, and you have to create it from the mind. As you make the visual for your mind, it becomes a lot easier to create. Some people, they're projectors. Their power is in several pockets of the body, but they have to envision it in their third eye. They have to see the movie play out before they can create it. Most of the population are generators. It has to come from their sacral chakra, and they project from below their belly. So understanding where the power pockets are life-changing, baby, life-changing. So the grid is for the visualization of the third eye chakra. That's why I create the grid for you guys. And just a warning on the grid, if you're someone who watches this video that has a penchant for sending me negative energy, I know you're out there. This grid is so heavily protected, it will backfire on you in so many different ways. Don't mess with alchemy. Anyway, on a brighter note, for those of you who wish me well, you can also create moon water. Water takes on whatever you give it. So get yourself a glass bottle. This is for people who have some type of outdoor space, even if it's just a ledge that you can put your glass water bottle out onto to soak up the energy of the moon. But before you place it outside, take a Post-it and write a creation or two on it, right? My suggestion are easy, quick things that can show up with the amount of energy for a week or two. Just things to come in quickly, especially if you've never done it before, right? You don't want to put a yacht on it. You want to prove to yourself that this works. So you can write some kind of specific good news that you would like to get if you have something pending. If it's just having some time of peace and quiet with no one bothering you, whatever it is that is an act of self-love that you would like to experience over the next 2 weeks. You write that on the bottle. Put it outside overnight. Let the energy soak it up. Leave it out there for 2 days. Then before you take in the water, give thanks for how nice it would be to experience that. When I make moon water, sometimes it shows up the same day before it even sits out, right? It's about setting intentions. These are practices that when you do them, you realize how powerful you truly are, and you come to understand the power of planting seeds and reaping those seeds through the new moon and the full moon portals. Another way to create during an earth moon cycle is to ground the energy. You make a conscious creation list. You can make 2 different lists. What my suggestion would be, you make a short-term list that you would like to experience around the next full moon, and then you make a long-term list that you would like to experience. It takes 6 months to create and come into fruition. It takes more energy to create this. Everything is energy. Both lists are going to get buried in the ground. A front yard, a backyard, somewhere where you can dig up the dirt and stick these inside. Make sure you separate the 2 lists so that you know which one you're digging up first for the full moon ritual at the end of the month, which is in Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is massive expansion. That list you're going to send up in a burn bowl. And every day from now until the full moon in Sagittarius, you're going to send some positive energy. When you think about that list, you go, wow, I wonder if I can really make that happen. Holy Spirit, divine spirit, show me, right? And the first time you invite the Holy Spirit to consciously create with you, they will not disappoint you. They want you to believe in your power. They want you to understand co-creation with the ether. And so your 6-month list, you will be sending off into the ether during the full moon. That one is a much bigger creation, right? And so you have 6 months that every time you see where it's buried, you send it positivity. You send it a frequency of, oh, that's going to be so great when that comes in. I love that. Thank you, Spirit. You know, that type of energy. And when you start doing these practices on a regular basis, you really do become that conscious creator throughout your day with the time that you have. It rewires the brain. If I were you, I definitely would not skip working with this moon. So many moons are so heavy. Like that Scorpio one was like, you know, I know a lot of people were going through it, and a lot of people reach out for readings because when you have answers, it's a lot easier to alchemize what you're going through. So I always tell people when malefic energies are at play, you definitely don't want to try to throw your energy of creation into the chaos. You want to lay back and hold your conscious creations for this type of moon. Yeah, you know what? We'll get a moonology card. There we go. Spirit, divine spirit. Clear and concise messages. Here. Holy Spirit, divine spirit, clear, concise message. Okay. Do not let the past hold you back. South Node. Your South Node energy is karmic in its nature. Your other timeline energy that resonates closest with this lifetime is the energy that sits in your South Node. When people come in and their sun sign is your South Node energy, they are karma. Understand that the universe sends you these individuals so you stop making the same choices that you made in another timeline when you were that energy, right? And so I know it's a very large concept for a lot of people to wrap their minds around, but we are all energetically coded. You can look at someone's chart and see exactly what you're going to experience with them. Understanding that about the South Node, if you don't know what your South Node is, get a reading. You really should know what these energies are. You want to know what's in your 8th house? That's the house of death. You know, every house tells you about your life, and the accuracy changes the timeline that you're on. The information changes your life. Find out what your South Node is and look at the lens of the people in your life that are that energy. If your South Node is in Virgo, Take a look at the Virgos in your life. Understand that these are connections that are not meant to last or for you to invest in. These are energies that are meant to whip your butt. These are like past life enemies that come in to play your bad guy again, because that's the energy you guys already have between you. When karmics show up in your life, the pull is strong because you haven't learned the lesson, and the universe wants you to learn the lesson. They sit your ass down in time out with a karmic until you transform. Until you learn to transform your south node energy, it'll never stop coming towards you. Your north node energy is the energy you are really meant to embody. So when people come in as their sun sign in your north node, quite possibly they might be a partner, a lifelong partner, a business partner, or just someone that you can learn a lot from as you grow to embodying the energy of your north node. Don't let your past hold you back. That's the message. If you got the past weighing you down and clinging on to you, sometimes it's better to jump off the cliff than stay where you know the energy is doomed. If you got anything good out of this message, or even if it's just a grid that you like, give me a like, share it with like-minded people, help me grow this channel. I know these videos, I'm supposed to like upload them 48 hours in advance, but I'm literally filming it, editing it, and just uploading it. You know, these are time sensitive. What can you do? If you have yet to see your birthday video, go to my playlists, find your zodiac sign. There's a lot of information in your birthday video to help you on your path and prove to you that energy is everything. You are coded, because the video will resonate. If you'd like to get a personal reading, emails in the comment section. Adonai.